airports and specifically Pearson Airport. Well, here is what has come to revelation about when it comes to what's going on at the Canadian airports. Well, it seems to be that the staff at the airport are alleging poor work conditions, and as a result, travelers are suffering because of getting through security lineups as well as luggage and longer wait times, and having to essentially miss their flights, either reschedule it or just standing in the check-in counter, or when it comes to security lineup for 4 to 6 hours. This is something unheard of, because usually you try to get to the airport about 3 hours in advance for an international flight. They say about 90 minutes for domestic, but it's a hit or miss. Some people have had an easy time in Canadian airports, and others, as you can see, have had a horrific time. But this has now come after screening officers at 42 airports across the country are taking a job action. What they're saying is that it's the poor working conditions that they're having to deal with, and now they're deciding to dress in casual clothing instead of uniforms to protest wages and working hours. And this is, I'm going to read you a quote by a spokesperson saying, workers are working hours and hours and hours without breaks, and in many cases with forced overtime. The rates of pay are just not up to par. Many senior employees are leaving to find other employment as a result, and this is why there's a shortage in staffing, but also the staff that are there, unfortunately, they're being pushed forced overtime. That's very significant. And what does that mean when it comes to quality control and their ability to do their work? This is very significant. This is also the staffing shortages, and unions are offering what they're doing to be able to address the staffing shortages, to offer screening staff hundreds of dollars a week if they don't take vacation or sick days, and the union saying that that's essentially improving working hours, and conditions need to happen as soon as possible. But people who are already working long hours and forced overtime, to say that they're going to make a few $100s more without taking vacation or missing any days of work, well, that's even more overtime and more work. So I wouldn't know how that's going to solve the problem. It's about having a problem where you're going to train people, hire people, and make sure that they have proper work conditions.